Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Truth Seeker, the show where we examine issues relating to the occult and alien conspiracy theories. Do you feel like you come from another planet? Like you don't quite fit in on planet Earth? Well, you might just be a starseed. That's what we're going to be getting into today. So guys, before we get started, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell for more videos like these. Let's get started. So what is a starseed? A starseed is a soul who comes from a distant planet or star system and incarnates into Earth's reincarnation cycle. Some of these souls agreed to become humans for a temporary period. And today we're going to be finding out you might just be an alien. Your soul might not be from this planet. So we're going to be doing a questionnaire about that right now. So let's get started, guys. If you resonate with at least 80% of these questions, there's a high probability that you are a starseed. Now, these questions I took from various sources, and I just said 80%. That's just a number I made up. But if you really feel like a starseed, you're going to know it regardless of this questionnaire. But let's get started anyway. Question number 1. Do you feel like you don't fit in or that you don't belong here? That's the main question. Most starseeds feel like they never quite fit in. A lot of starseeds are born into small towns, into difficult situations, and they don't feel like they quite belong here because starseeds come to Earth because they're meant to shake things up. They're meant to force everyone around them to re-examine the ideas that they carry in their head and ascend. Question number 2. Were you born into a dysfunctional, abusive, or strict religious family? Personally, I'm not saying I'm a starseed or not, but I was born into a strict religious family. And a lot of times, let's say you're like a gay kid or whatever, and you're born into a religious, strict family, a lot of times that family is going to have to re-examine their beliefs and say, hey, is it really wrong to be gay? Or maybe the Bible's wrong. Or maybe the Quran is wrong. That's just an example. Number 3, do you have challenges with depression, anxiety, or suicidal thoughts? Now, starseeds can have a hard time here on planet Earth because most starseeds do come from higher density planets, higher density places where they don't experience fear and anger and guilt and shame like we do here on planet Earth. These are emotions that are very earth-bound, third-dimensional emotions. So when you come from a high-density place where you're used to love and happiness and positivity, and you come here to planet Earth, it can make you want to kill yourself. It really can. It can also cause depression, anxiety. But like I said, all of this is going to make sense because all of us are ascending to a higher dimension anyway, and there's just going to be growing pains with that. Do you have a constant yearning for a distant, hard-to-describe place? Do you have a nomadic spirit? Do you feel that, I'm happy here for a little bit, but there's still that place and I can't find it. Where is it? Where is this place that I remember being, but I can't describe it? Where is this place? Now, if you sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow or somewhere like that, it might give you that sensation of what I'm describing. Question number 5. Are you naturally drawn to things pertaining to the occult? Most starseeds are attracted to witchcraft, and not just witchcraft, but the occult in general. The occult does not mean witchcraft per se. The occult means what is hidden. Oculus, eyes, comes from Latin for eyes, what is hidden. People who are interested in the occult, they see this third-dimensional space, this third-dimensional reality that we live in, that we can touch and we can taste and we can feel. But there's some of us who know that there's more that meets the eye. We can feel it, we can sense it, we just know it. We know that this isn't it. Is this it? Of course not, because that would be incredibly boring. Of course there's more, and we know it. It's innate. It's innate in starseeds. And others, not just starseeds. Are you drawn to television shows that take place in outer space? So again, we're going to go back to that homesick thing. Remember, a lot of starseeds do come from aliens that have advanced space travel technology, because it reminds you of, wow, I used to be a part of a world that was actually like that, where there were thousands of different alien races and we were aware of each other. And now I'm here on planet Earth, completely disconnected from the universe, from the rest of the universe. Because I do think Earth can be a lonely planet. If you're used to communicating with beings from other dimensions, higher densities. Now, you can still do it here on planet Earth, but it takes training. And personally, I wouldn't mess with it because I just don't want to attract anything that might haunt me or follow me. But if you have that gift, go for it. Do you often feel like you are affecting your environment by your words and thoughts? Do you experience lots of synchronicities? Now, this isn't particular to starseeds. This is particular to everyone, because if you believe in the law of attraction is always working, whether you want it to or not. It's just that most people think that the law of attraction works when positive things are happening to them. But that's not the case. It's happening whether it's negative or positive. And sometimes, well, we're not going to go into the law of attraction because that's a whole episode within itself. Do you not have a fear of death? I personally don't have a fear of death. And I find it strange that a lot of people do. I didn't know that other people did. I've just never feared death. Because I always felt like, yeah, of course, you die and then there's more. You go back to the great beyond. I've always had that sense of, yeah, the great beyond. We go to a great place after we die. Do you reject organized religion, preferring a more spiritual path? Starseeds, and not just starseeds, of course, but lots of people understand that spirituality is something that is between you and God, or you and the universe, or you and the higher being. It's not something that is a whole bunch of rules and regulations that a church or some head of a church like the Pope is telling you, deeming to you what can and can't be done. Like when people tell me that the Pope has an opinion on something, like the Pope comes out and says, oh, he's all for civil unions. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. The Pope, no offense to the Pope, he might be a very nice man, but I don't give a care, because your opinion on things should not dictate my life. I don't care. I don't understand why other people care. Question number 10. Are babies and animals drawn to you? Now, babies and animals do have psychic abilities. We all have psychic abilities, whether you're a starseed or not. We all have psychic abilities. It's just that some people are more in tune with their psychic abilities because they haven't been trained to believe that they don't have them. In order for your psychic abilities to work at their best, you have to believe and know that you do have them and that they are working. But it's very hard for humans to be like that because our third eyes are closed. So humans are in a constant battle of what's real, what ain't. You know, this third dimensional space, you know. Animals and babies, they can sense that maybe something's a little bit different about you, that you're a freak of nature, that you don't really belong on this planet. Question number 11. Do you have a hard time staying grounded, as if you're a bunch of molecules barely staying together? Life feels like a fog most of the time. I can tell you that when I'm not focused on a project or focused on something, I feel like that. Sometimes I feel nebulous, like I'm not even quite here on planet Earth. Maybe because I'm an air sign. I'm a Gemini and air sign. And air signs, we tend to be... being grounded is a little bit complicated for us. But, like, do you ever feel like you're in 2 or 3 or 4, 5 different places at once? Do you ever get that sensation of, yeah, you're aware that you're in your room, you're watching TV, but your mind's all over the place and you just never feel solid? Are you incredibly hypersensitive to light, sounds, taste, touch, and your emotions? Now, I wasn't super sensitive to these things when I was a kid, but for some reason when I became an adult, I became super sensitive to bright lights, sounds. I can't listen to loud music. People love to play loud music. I'm like, no, I can't watch bright television. Taste, I like. Having a strong sense of taste, that's a good thing, actually. Also, having very deep emotions, or some people who are very sensitive, they perceive subtle biases and prejudices whereas the average person might just brush those things off. But we understand that nothing happens just because. There's always a purpose and a reason to why you're saying the things that you're saying, why you're doing the things that you're doing, why you're excluding or not excluding the people that you are not excluding and trying to pretend like it's just because. We understand that nothing works like that. There is a purpose and a reason to everything. Question number 13. Do you experience sleep paralysis? Now, when I was a little kid, I always had sleep paralysis. I actually made a very old YouTube video about this. I still get sleep paralysis every now and then. Actually, you can use sleep paralysis to leave your body and go into lucid dreaming. I've done it before. I've also floated outside of my body during sleep paralysis. But it can be a scary experience if you're not used to it. But like I said, I grew up having it all the time. People in my family have it. It's genetic in my family. But some people say it's your soul leaving your body. Some other people say that it's aliens. Your cosmic family will come and visit you, take your soul out of your body while you're sleeping. And like I said, communicate with you what needs to be done, or implant something in your head or something. Question number 14. Last but not least, are you part of the LGBTQ community? I should also probably put intersex in there. But this is not necessary. Of course, there's plenty of, straight starseeds. But a lot of starseeds do tend to be lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer of some sort. Because in the higher dimensions, this earthly concept of male, strictly male, female, does not exist in the higher dimensions. Many of the higher dimension aliens, they have a third gender category. Like the Andromedans, if you listen to Alex Collier, he's on YouTube. He says the Andromedans, they have males, females, and then they have a whole androgynous gender category, whatever you want to call it as well. And it's pretty obvious that we here humans have that as well. It's just that we've had too much biblical, Quranic, Abrahamic interference, which has turned us off to the true nature of human sexuality and gender expression, that it works on a spectrum. It's not man plus woman equals baby as people like to make it. It's a lot more complicated than that. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would say if you got at least 8 or 9 of those questions, if you answered yes to at least 8 or 9 of those questions, there is a great chance that you are a starseed. And also, if you're just watching this video, there's a good chance that you're a starseed. Because starseeds are going to be attracted to videos like these. Not just this one, other ones on the internet, of course. They're going to be attracted to the code. I've said this. But guys, that was fun. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode of Truth Seeker. The truth is out there, man. Bye.